threat to businesses comes in many forms, such as human trafficking and trespassing borders. ASEAN law enforcers must therefore work together, coordinating intelligence and assisting in arrests. Let's have a preview of what Thai policemen are preparing for the AEC in 2015.
Commander, can you explain a little bit more on the ASEAN Nepal, how it can be worked in the near future?
Well, ASEAN Nepal has been formed. Now it's the 32nd years already. It's about the same time.
Long time.
Well, quite a while ago. We have focused our job within our police work.
Yes.
Of which ASEAN Nepal is also doing our job the same way as ASEAN does. We have put our focus in the 8 different offenses, of which likely, or we see it's a threat to the region. One is terrorism. Second is illicit drug trafficking. Small arms, guns and arms trafficking.
Yes.
Trafficking in person.
Yes.
Economic crimes, computer crimes, money laundering, and sea piracy or robbery at sea. Those are the 8 offenses that we focus on. Not that we are limited ourselves to these 8 offenses, but these are the offenses that we put more effort on, because we see to it that these are the offenses that would affect the life and the living of our ASEAN people.
I see.
And this is also concurrent with ASEAN focus. ASEAN, they have some TC, transnational crime. Some is senior official meeting on transnational crime, and also MMTC of ASEAN ministerial meeting on transnational crime. They also have the same focus. So we're working together in order to cooperate each other into dealing with these 8 focus type of offenses.
So in the year 2015, do you expect more criminal activities based on these areas?
Of course, there will be more in some area, and in some area there will be less. As I mentioned earlier, trafficking in person, this includes human smuggling as well, and human trafficking also put together. Human smuggling is when somebody knowingly that they want to come to this particular country, but they have no rights, so they ask somebody to smuggle them in. While trafficking, they were tricked to come into some particular country for whatever reason. So, well, again, that's a difference between smuggling and trafficking. But again, when there is a freedom of movement, also they can come in to a particular country or to any country of the 10 ASEAN member countries with less or very least barriers. So they may not need anybody to smuggle them in anymore. But after they were in, that might be different. If they want to work or if they want to stay, that's become illegalized.
So there could be abuses, whatever, but that will complicate more complications in the trafficking thing then. Because when they are into that particular country, then if they want to start working, then they cannot legally work. They have to go through the process. Again, but if they can be able to contact somebody to work and so on, they can lead to another issues. First, they are illegal workers. Then their employer have an upper hand. Then they lead to the abuse issue. When they have an upper hand, the kind of a slave labor and they're not very taking care of them, they have abuse labor. Actually, this is a very big issue, because even now we already have 3 million illegal migrant workers. These are low-skilled, unskilled workers in construction worker, in fishery, very labor intensive industry. And also the officially sanctioned or the legal migrant workers according to bilateral agreement between Thailand with Cambodia, for example, or Thailand with Myanmar. And then with the ASEAN community, they're going to be also skilled labor, such as doctor, dentist, and a professional. So overall, in your opinion, how the police is preparing for the freer movement of people in ASEAN then?
Well, first off, I don't know about the number.
Yes.
I'm not sure. I don't think anybody
Yes.
can be certain of whether it's 3
Yes.
million, 4 million, or anything
Yes.
less than that. However, I think we have to at least adjust ourselves
Yes.
in such a way that we work, as I mentioned before, instead of prohibiting, working so hard for prohibited people to come into the country.
Yes.
We have to work even harder to eradicate them out of our country. So that can be the change in the what I call the dimension of our work.
You mean deportation?
Well, can be deportation, can be extradition. That's two different, use two different law.
Yes.
But again, that use more effort. You see that to prevent, you set a barrier to prevent people coming in. And for searching everybody within among 70 millions that we already have for Thai people, among those in order to deport them or to extradite them, that's very much difficult, very big task. So we have to change the way of our work, not only the way that our work, but the equipment that we use, and also all the things related to what we're working.
I see.
So it's quite different. It's quite a big task. And police itself, admittedly, we need to improve among ourselves of the tools that we use, of the skills that we use, of many things that we are using.
Commander, can you explain the extradition among ASEAN countries? What is the current situation?
Current situation.
Yes.
Well, at this point, if you mean legally, we have 5 bilateral extradition agreements between our ASEAN member countries, Laos, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, for instance.
Yes.
However, to do the extradition, we are not limiting ourselves to only the bilateral extradition agreements.
Yes.
We also have extradition acts, of which use reciprocity as a basis, as a philosophy in order to work on this. So, and if we have somebody to extradite who is, for example, the other countries that don't have an extradition agreement with us, if they promise that if they have the same case, that Thai would request for them, and they would do the same, we're going to do the same because it's reciprocity.
An exchange of
don't have to be exchanged in such in timely exchange.
I see.
Can be, we do this for you this time, and at the next time, if we have similar thing, you better do it for us.
I see.
Yes.
So that's already some form of cooperation about on extradition. And for the ICT, the internet communication and the telecommunication things, how the ASEAN integration will affect criminal activities regarding ICT, the information technology?
Well, for computer crime and information technology things, I think it's not much related to ASEAN community or ASEAN connectivity much.
Yes. However,
if you imagine with me, one particular organized crime, if they without the ASEAN community or the connectivity so-called, they are less likely to move around the country. However, with the ASEAN community or connectivity so-called, they can move around easier, which means that they'll be able, it will enable them to search for the skills and the knowledge that they need if they don't have in that one particular country. For example, if I am the human traffickers organized crime, I would like to traffic a group of people from one country to the next country in order to transfer them to the third country. Without the connectivity or the easiness of the migrations and movement, then they might not be able to find as good skills to forge a passport. With the openness of ASEAN, they can find this skill somewhere else and move their people legally at that time because they can move around, right? Legally to that second country, find a good passport, forged passport. And then they can go to the next country using that forged passport, of which they won't be able to do it without the easily of movement.
But in this thing, Thailand is quite well known for counterfeit documents such as passport. Do you have any specific plan to tackle those?
Well, maybe one of the things is that we have a good printing facility, I would say. We have a good craftsmanship, but I don't know whether we are well known for forging passport because we will to a police. We do I think we do a pretty good job in eradicate this type of crime. However, the skill is there.
Yeah.
If that's so, the skill is there, the material is there. So you see now the organized crime is more like a trade.
Yes.
They know where the good skill is, they know where their tools that they need is, and they if they can move around easily, they can find that even easier.
Yeah.
It means they commit that crime even easier.
And Commander, in your opinion, what is the biggest challenge for Thai police in ASEAN integration? Language, etc.
Language can be one of them.
Yes.
Of course, well, as I mentioned earlier, also that we need to improve our skills. We need to look forward to see what's waiting for us, and we have to prepare ourselves to counter that. That second, that will include not only skills but also instruments, all the tools that we need.
Yes.
For example, you mentioned drugs. We mentioned drugs and guns earlier, and all the free flow of goods and products within ASEAN. We cannot stop every bus in order to search, bring out every content in that cargo, and then put it back again. We need the X-rays, we need the machines, we need the tools. That needs money as well.
I see.
In addition to the skills of the officers to operate it.
I see.
So that there are lots of things have to be prepared.
And last but not least, the English skill. What is your opinion on this for Thai police?
English is the official language for ASEAN.
Yes.
I think not only Thailand or other Thai police that facing with that challenge, but of course we have to do ourselves the best to what we can in order to prepare ourselves to that.
The same
challenge.
for Myanmar police, Cambodian, Laos, or Vietnamese, or even some Malaysian police also, right?
Yeah.
Same problem.
Yeah.
So we need to find some way to communicate.
Of which we are doing our best right now. We have many language course for our police officers in order to do their work. Those who have to counteract with foreigners in their work. For example, immigration police, also tourist police. And however, this language I think is pretty much tricky, like computer skills. Although you learn, but you don't use it, you forget it in time.
I see.
So it's sometimes you don't even learn it in officially learn it, but you work on it, you know it, and you'll be able to use it. So it's
tricky thing. So Commander, thank you for joining the program.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
ครับสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
Follow Towards 2015 open up to the ASEAN market every Wednesday and Thursday from 10:30 to 11 p.m. on ASEAN TV, and you can also follow us online via Facebook only on ASEAN TV.